Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified to see what's up on my side. Okay, so y'all do what I just said. Let's like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified to see what's up on my side. Love you, Camila Squad. Back at it, y'all. Good morning. I'm getting ready, and I'm gonna pick up and talk to them. As you can see, I'm basically done getting ready this morning. I didn't want to take y'all through my whole routine of getting ready because I did that with me on my vlog, but I just wanted to come on and excuse this. I'm getting my edges together, but I just really wanted to come on and say a lot of things that we have been doing in our life has altered the person that God has created us to be, right? And I'm gonna take y'all with me as I'm doing my morning routine and just talk to y'all because I really want to make this video, but I have stuff that I have to do. But I remember as a little girl being this outgoing little girl, very outgoing, was not shy, never met a stranger, all of these things. That was me as a little girl. And I would dance and I would sing and I would perform for everybody. And, I just remember all of these great things about who I literally was as a little girl when I think back in my head. And then it's just kind of like, okay, what happened? How did I end up at one wow, or still sometimes now, I try not to speak it because you know what you speak is what it is. But just a shy person, who really don't like being around, people and talking and being uncomfortable, but yet you have so much that you need to say, but you just don't, want to say it because you're uncomfortable. And, it's because of what happened in our childhood, because we don't come out of the womb like that. God did not create us like that. The world changed us, right? So I wanted to get on and just talk about that and let everybody know you have to. I was saying that yesterday when I went live on Facebook as well. We have to be willing to be uncomfortable in a lot of circumstances in order to walk in the purpose that God has created us to be in. And a lot of times we don't do that because of what has been told to us or what we watch with other people. Oh, well, I got dishes in my sink, y'all, this morning. I didn't know I had dishes, so. But, hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I was in the kitchen last, and I had to come back in the room, so I'm going back to the kitchen. I didn't realize that it was dishes in my sink. So I'm about to wash the dishes, and I'm back on my phone. I was recording on my iPad the last video, and I want to show y'all some stuff too. But I wanted to talk to y'all while I'm about to do the dishes. While I do the dishes this morning, so I was just basically talking about how we have these gifts. We have God placed stuff inside of us, right? And somehow, I hate when dishes is in my sink in the morning, by the way. Especially when I didn't cook and it's just like a pot or something like that. Because it's like, just clean it. It's one thing. And I'm going to kind of, I'll give y'all an overview of the kitchen. It's a little like stuff laying out. I'm going to get all that stuff done. So my kitchen and stuff is done. But what I basically was saying on there was just make sure that if you know you were this outgoing, let me put it on me so y'all can see me. If you know you were this outgoing person and something shifted within you from your childhood, that's who you're supposed to be. That's who God created you to be. And you just have to figure out a way to get back to that space. And what's the best way to get back to that space is to pray. Ask God to help you with that. Like, that's what we have to do. Because like I said, for me, I definitely remember I wasn't a shy kid. I wasn't a shy kid. I was very outgoing. I was willing to dance, sing, do whatever in different things. And then life happened. You know, all of the cruel things with life shifted me. People talking, saying, making comments about my weight as a kid. All that shifted me to be the person that God did not want me to be. Of course, when your dad is not an active participant in your life. So it's just like all of those things from your childhood can change you from who God wants you to be. And we just have to remember, once we reach a certain age and we're just like, you know what, this is not who I was. I remember the person that I was. And this is definitely not that person. Once you realize that, because that's what I did. And I would tell people all the time, like, I was never, like, as a kid, I wasn't shy. As a kid, I was this outgoing, bubbly person. Yeah, I wasn't small like all the other kids, which that's a problem that a lot of people have, like their size, their skin tone, their hair texture, things like that. Like, I didn't get teased about my hair texture because I have a pretty good grade of hair. From what the world would consider a good grade of hair. I didn't get teased about my skin tone because I'm not the darkest nor the lightest. I got teased about my weight. I got teased, of course, I have a gap, so I got teased about those things. But and those things make a drastic difference in who you are if you're and I say, if you're being poured into at home the correct way, given those affirmations, or just being told you are worthy, you are good, like every day before you leaving the house, and also being prayed over and prayed for. That's why I'm really intentional with doing that for my kids, and also telling them to be praying warriors. Like, y'all can pray for yourselves and pray for the people that you love and you genuinely care about. I'm big with doing it. And again, I'm sorry, y'all. Today is Wednesday. It's I think it's the 13th. I want to say it's the 13th, Wednesday the 13th. Sorry for not doing that. Welcome to my channel. I notice I have a lot of people that watch my videos that's not subscribed. If you can, please just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. In this moment, if you do like my content, over here we're more spiritual based, positive based, mental. We talk about mental, and we talk about children, well-being and developments of children, being a mother, wife, entrepreneur. Like, we just talk about a lot of positive things. And I tell people all the time, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying, but you're not a wife when someone marries you. You're a wife before someone marries you. So Yeah, but I need to bring y'all over here. Can I just turn now? I'm just wiping down everything now. This is how it's looking. So I'm cleaning up all of this. I didn't realize it was like this in here. So I'm cleaning this up because my intentions were to cook today. So I was literally just coming to take the meat out. But I want to go ahead and get this cleaned up before I start my work day. But, you know, just knowing that you are worthy of way more than what you think when you have been shut down and, you know, life has dealt you a card that God did not deal you. And just know that you can make it through it and come back from it. So it's like, it's about realizing that I don't like for my stuff to be in my pantry, not in a Ziploc bag if it's been open, because it doesn't stay fresh. So it's about realizing that you can come back from it. I've came back from it, and I think a lot of times I'm just gonna pour these out in the bag. I think a lot of times we use like what happened to us, because I did it at one while. We use what happened to us in our childhood as a crutch. So we think anything that we do as an adult, we can just say, well, this happened to me when I was a kid, and no, it's an excuse. And once you become an adult and you have the option to utilize tools that have been placed in front of you, it's no longer on the people who you say wronged you. It's no longer on your parents. It's no longer on the person that teased you. It's on you, because you're choosing not to move forward. And we can't change the past. What happened in the past is definitely the past, right? And that's what I had to realize. And I just saw another. Everybody, this is something else that's very important, y'all. If we all think back on our childhood, every single person, I don't care who you are, black, white, Hispanic, Vietnamese, Chinese, African, any culture, Caucasian, any culture, anyone, we all have experienced something from our childhood that was traumatic. Nobody's exempt from that. Rich, poor, middle class, no one is exempt from that. None of us is exempt from that. But it's about how we come back from it that gets us where we need to be. You know, we have to kind of, and it don't even mean that we have to forgive, let go, but then we also have to remember, just because we forgive don't mean we have to continue a relationship. I'm a firm believer and I say it all the time, I'm very transparent on my page. The only people who were required to be in my life is my minor children. So, and I feel like that with anyone. If you're not happy with the circumstances with a parent, you're not happy with the circumstances with a family member, a friend, anyone in your life, and it's just so traumatic where you're constantly unhappy. They're repeating the same behaviors, and it's just no change. And it's like, oh, well, this is my cousin, so let me just stay in it. Let me just deal with it because it's family. No, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to do that if someone is making you unhappy. And I'm big on it now. I wasn't always big on it. And one while in my life, it was just kind of like, well, it's family, or well, it's this person, so I'll just put up with it. I'm gonna throw these away too. Give me some more rugs for my floor. I'm not here for this. But now I'm just to the point in my life where I desire happiness and peace. I desire peace and happiness. And when you start, this is another thing too, when you start desiring peace and happiness and you start looking different to people, some people will be able to deal with it and others won't. Other people won't. They will be offended because you're no longer giving them things that they're used to getting from you. You're no longer treating them the same way as you used to, especially if you are I consider myself an enabler, where I do tend to fix problems for the people that I love. I used to fix problems for the people that I love, lead them to the water and then tell them to stick their head. Like, that was me. And then if they don't, it's like, okay, well, you can have my water, I'll be okay. That used to be me, and that's no longer me. And I speak up a lot more now. And a lot of people that is used to the old me doesn't handle that well. And I'm at this stage in my life, I'm fine with that, because I don't mean anybody no harm, especially the people that I genuinely love. I don't mean you any harm, but I also have to put myself and my feelings first. And that's with anything. So I'm just saying, a lot of the behaviors that we display is because of things that happened in our childhood that needs to be corrected and fixed. And what helped me with that literally is my relationship with God and therapy. And when I say therapy, like, it's like going to therapy and dealing with that ugly and unraw stuff that you don't want to talk about, the things that you put in the back of your head and you try not to think about. Those are the things that I had to talk about and deal with in therapy, and also talk to God about. I had to, in order for me to heal properly, so that my damage is not boiling over, like flowing over into my everyday life that I have now. And I wanted peace. I wanted peace. Like, I wasn't at peace because of, so many things I was holding on to. And we can't, the past is always going to be the past. It can't change. Like, we can't tell somebody that something affected us and expect it to be fixed. It can't be fixed. You can't erase it, rather. Can you move on from it? Yes, but that's a personal choice. So, and that's what I had to do. I held on to a lot of things from my past, and not just childhood, like things from my past in general. Like, in general, not just childhood, but just things in general from my past. And I had to let go of a lot of stuff from relationships that I had, and not just with males, also with women, friends, family, just everyone that I've encountered in my life. And I think it's really important for us to deal with that stuff and not run from it. A lot of times we want to deal with what we want to deal with because it's uncomfortable. I realized through my literally through my counseling session with the guy that I'm going to now, and I think I told y'all this, I don't even know if I did, but my therapist, I've been going to him for over a year now. Before that, I was going to one for probably, I want to say 5 months, so almost 2 years now. Like a year and a half I've been doing, well, no, it's been longer than that, because I did a life coach before that for a full year, well, at least 8 months. So I've been on my journey, my mental health journey, for probably like 2 years and a half now, I want to say. And it's just been a lot of things that I thought other people were the problem, and it was me damaging myself. Not saying that they didn't have things that they needed to work on too, but I also had things that I needed to work on. And sometimes we're so busy looking at the other person, we can't see ourselves. So that was something also that I had to have a good day. That was also something that I had to work on, was don't even worry about what the other person is doing, worry about what I'm doing. So that was something else that I'm doing, and I continue to do. is just worrying about me and not worrying about what the other person did, and moving forward. But therapy is really important. It's really important. And it like I said, it helped me drastically with identifying things within myself and stop pointing the finger at other people. And that's what I wanted to say about our childhood. We tend to, hold on to things from our childhood, and it's to be expected. It's to be expected, because your childhood does kind of scope you for who you are, but then you have to realize, okay, it happened, I need to move forward. And that's what I had to do. My biological daddy was not in my life. I was a non-factor to him. I was literally a non-factor to my dad. I was a non-factor to him. He chose to raise another woman's children and not me. And then it was a lot of other things that happened in my when I was a kid that also made me feel the way that I felt, like I felt alone a lot as a kid. I felt like I was a bother, like, I felt all of those things as a kid. And that's what we have to realize when we have children, men, women, because it's women too that doesn't parent correctly or not there for their children, and the dads are raising them, or their grandparents are raising them, and we just have to remember that we're scoping them into who they may be or who they may not be because of the choices that we make. And that's so important for us to remember, is we definitely set that stage for our children when they're younger, but then some of it is because, a lot of it is because, not some, is because of what we were given when we were kids. So you can only give what you know until you know more, right? So that's how that cycle keeps repeating itself, that you have to break. That's how all of those things happen. And so for me, I did make mistakes as a parent, several mistakes as a parent, because first off, I started out young. I became a parent when I was 22, so I was still a baby myself. I say that all the time. I was literally still a baby myself. I thought I wasn't, but no, I definitely was a baby still myself. I was 22. I still had a lot to learn. It was a lot that I did not know. Being transparent, I was not in a home that was a stable environment for a child. I was not stable. One minute I was with, I stayed with my granny and my aunt. I stayed with my mama. I stayed with my my other aunt. So I wasn't stable. I kind of was moved around until I was, how old? I want to say 12, and then that's when I decided that I just wanted to be with my mom, and that's when we moved to Vegas. I stayed with my mom in Vegas up until we came back to Dallas when I was 20. So, but I just wanted to get on and say that, like, we have to really stop blaming everyone. And I was, like I said, I was there. I still hold on to some stuff, but I have let a lot of things go from my childhood, just so I was able to heal properly. Like I had so much resentment that it was pouring over onto my adult life. And I feel so much better now. And, just letting it go. Having those hard conversations with, really with like my mom, but a lot of times we say it's because, you know, let me turn y'all because I'm finna move to this other side. It's because of what my mom or dad did, or even just maybe telling them I'm like this because of you. You did this to me, you wronged me, and it's like at this point it's time for you to start figuring out how you can help you heal, if that makes sense. It's time for you to start figuring out how you can help you heal and not fault the world, because sometimes that's what we tend to do. We just tend to fault not just that parent, but we fault the world for the behaviors that we are displaying that are not healthy. And when I say the world, I'm doing this because of this is what I see everybody else doing, or you know, things like that. And we just have to I don't know where this one came from. We just have to realize that that's definitely not okay. It's not okay, and we have to figure out what we need to do to heal and not blame everyone else. And that's literally what I had to start doing, because it was like, she did this and that's why I'm like this. And it's like, girl, you a whole 45, or whenever I started my journey, I wasn't young. But it's like, you this big ass and you still blaming somebody else for something that happened to you when you were, I don't know, 7 or 6. It's time for you to figure out how you can heal from that. I got to go through here and separate all this stuff, because I got all kind of stuff down here that should not be. But yeah, that's what we have to. I think I have another. My other one is down there. I gotta figure out how to get that. But that's what we have to do. We have to really just work on healing ourselves and not blaming others. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we should not do. We say things that we should not say. Nobody's exempt from that. Nobody's exempt from life. And again, my refrigerator is not, my freezer's not closing good, y'all. I fix it and then I come right back and it's the same thing like weeks later. Then I have all this cloth in my thing. It's so, that's the joy, now I'm looking for some chicken to take out so I can make some for dinner. I had some chicken that was already, let me show y'all how it looks. You see, that's how my freezer is looking, and that's because it's not being closed properly, and it be getting stuffed. And every time I fix it, it's like a couple of weeks later I'm back doing it again, because the frost is back in here, and it's like I asked this to be put in the big deep freezer yesterday, and it wasn't. So it stocks my I might just do some fish today. It stops the whatchamacallit, this is a wing. It stops it from closing right. We'll think it's closed, but it's definitely not. So that's why the ice be there like that. I guess I'll do some broccoli. This is another reason why I said I haven't been ordering like food and stuff and just been going and just getting snacks because we have a lot, as y'all can see, just in here alone. And all of the sauce is like, it's crazy. So now I have to see why it's not closing. And let me show y'all how I know it's not closing correctly. I hope y'all can see. But right here, you see how it's not sealed tight? And as you go down, it's tighter. So that's how I know it's not closing correctly. And over here, it's even worse. So now I have to go through here and do it all over again here soon. I don't have time to do it this morning, but that's another thing when you had little ones. And literally it's just Leisha being here. I have, and I'm sure y'all already seen, I have a refrigerator in my room. My oldest daughter also has a refrigerator in her room. We use this one, but not as much, but she's the one who mainly uses it. And as y'all can see, it's stuffed with some of the stuff. So like every couple of weeks, if I don't do it, if I don't check it every day, it ends up back like that. And then I have to keep going through the same process with it. So and I just literally, it's crazy because I was literally just coming in here to take out my meat for the day, and I don't ended up, like I had to straighten up my kitchen though because I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to cook. So I think this is what I'm gonna end up doing. It's 4 of these in here, so I'm gonna cook this today instead of the chicken. And I'll make some broccoli with it, and I'll figure out everything else later. And I will figure out my deep freezer later as well. Now I have to go do the trash. I gotta change my shoes too because the trash runs today, and I don't I still got to do this stuff in the kitchen, but I'm gonna go do the trash because I don't know what time they're coming, and I need to change my shoes, but yeah. Let's sit this right here. Hopefully I remember that's right there. So I'm gonna go grab my shoes and we're going to go do the trash. But I just wanted to talk about that this morning because it's important for us to know that at some point we end up the problem and not those around us. And like I said, I had to come to grips with that. Like I had to come to grips with that and realize that it's not my daddy, it's not my mama, it's not my family, it's not the person who teased me in school at this point in my life, but it's me. So I have to fix me. I have to work on me. Nobody's going to show up for me but me. And I have. So it's still dark, y'all. No, it's off. How did this get cut off? I don't know who cut my light off. Somebody, it got cut off. I'm like, why is it so dark out there? And that's because the what there. We did that, and I did. Let me let the garage down now. So the garage is going down. I'm going to put these in the deep freezer. This is the deep freezer as well. So, oh, that's my deep freezer. So like I said, I have an overflow of stuff. I don't know why this won't stay tight. Oh, because it's not on tight. And y'all, this is like literally me before I go to work. So, but normally I'm listening to the word. But since I have gotten more disciplined, like I said, after becoming sick, let me see if I can lift this by myself and move it over here to this chair. This is my Christmas tree that would normally go in the attic, but I did it. It ain't in the attic. I ain't putting it up there this year. Back up there. So, and y'all, I got this stuff sorted. I started it yesterday. I still got a little ways to go. This is my overflow shelf. I'm gonna fix this. Alicia brought the stuff out for me yesterday. Not yesterday, whatever day she did. This goes up here. So, put this down here. Move this over here. That looks better there. And we can put this right here. And these are the trash bags that can be put here. There. My paper towel. And I need to do another thing of Kleenex as well. I'm running out of Kleenex, and this is more of my Suavitel and my I'm going to stack those there like that. And I'll just squeeze that. Squeeze it in right there. So that's how the shelf is looking like. I'm getting somewhere, I think, y'all. Like literally everything got off track. And then this is these here. I got two. They're going to go on my porch. Now we have this box. But it's raining outside, so I'll just put it into the recycle. I'm gonna sit it here for now. I'll put it into the recycle when I bring the trash cans back. And then I have to take my shoes and my wig and stuff to the room. Haven't did that yet, but for the most part, remember all of this was filled right here. All of this was filled with stuff. And I cleared that out. This was also a mess. I did all of that as well. So God just allowed me to be able, then I have these that I also need to put on my overflow shelf. So I'm going to move it over here for now. But I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. I wanted to talk to y'all about that because that was something that I definitely struggled with. Things from my childhood. And I think it's important for it to be a topic of conversation. Like, you know, we have to talk about it, and we have to realize that we can't hold on to it and properly heal. Like, we just can't. Put that in there. Or put the broccoli in the refrigerator because y'all know. And then I have 3 pieces of garlic bread I might have with it. And that'll be our dinner tonight. I have to straighten up my pots, where my pots are at. So I washed these, they're clean. I'm just sitting them on the stove for right now because I have to straighten up my my cabinet, but where cabinet where my pots go. And I'm gonna let the water out here. But I just wanted to talk to y'all about that, about healing and knowing that God, the trauma that affects you from your childhood, God did not, he didn't want that to be your life, you know. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep that chicken out because tomorrow I'm gonna make some Alfredo. And I think I have some shrimp. I'll probably take out some shrimp as well. Now I'm just going to finish my morning routine that I do every day and talk to y'all because that's originally what I came out here to do. And I got sidetracked. So we're going to do that. Which starts with Leisha's things is what I do. She's supposed to bring her she's supposed to bring her Chromebook in the room every night. And she doesn't do that. What is it? She hasn't been doing that. Like, she's supposed to bring it in there to charge it every night. She hasn't been doing that. She hasn't been drinking her full thing of water. Remember I told you this is just literally 2 bottles. The last 2 days, and she has not been drinking it. So I'm going to have a conversation with her about that. Because she at least needs to drink 2 full bottles of water a day. Like, for her size, she's really supposed to drink at least 4. So when I say drink this and then 1 more bottle, 3 is good. And then she also gets this. And I just put this, close the refrigerator. I just put this here for her morning. And I also tell her to make sure she picks everything up in here before she leaves out. And as y'all can see, it wasn't done. So I'm doing it this morning. And I'll just have to remind her. And then I also get a cup. If Benji's, if his bowl is still clean, I clean it like every other day. If it's still clean, I get it and clean it. But if it's still clean, I just get a cup, fill it up, and put the water in his bowl so he has water for the day. So he has water. She has her stuff for her morning. And then I also grab me five bottles of water for my cup. I already have, I normally start, because at night I fill it up, which that's 2 bottles of water. So, so at night, I normally drink like a half not even a half, probably a half a bottle of water. So I still be having like a bottle and a half of water in my cup. I should be drinking at least 7 bottles a day. So that's why I take these 5. So I make sure I'm at least getting 5, 6 bottles. And I'm like, and that's it for in here. Well, I got to get Leisha her gummies. And I just, y'all heard the water. That's what I do with the water. I just put it there. And then I come here. I'm right here on my little shelf in the hallway. And I give Leisha her gummies. And she has her medicine that she has to take that's already right here. And they're right here. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. But they're right here. These are the receipts that my mom be sending her because of some of these should be having going on. But they just been sitting there. She don't even use these receipts anymore. But I put her gummies there. And I'm going to tell y'all this. The reason I do this is because my house is like, I'm on one side and then she's on the other side. And when I leave her to just like, okay, Leisha, I need you to do X, Y, Z, she don't do it. So I have her her face, stuff for her face, and also her wipes here. And it just lets me know if she's doing the stuff. Like she'll just grab one, go to her bathroom, brush her teeth, do all that stuff. And it just lets me know. And the same thing with her medicine. I put it in here so I can see the days and stuff like that to see if she's taking it. But I'm also allowing her to have independence. Okay. So these receipts that was sitting there, I'm going to go ahead and trash them because they literally have been there since for 2-3 weeks. So she's not, whatever phase she was going through with the receipts, she's not there anymore. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to talk to y'all about that and being intentional about your journey. Your journey is your journey. It's not anyone else's. It's definitely just yours. It's up to you what it looks like for you. It's up to you what you do with it. It's up to you to fix it. Nobody can fix your pain for you. Nobody can fix your health for you. No one can fix your trauma for you. That's definitely a you thing. I forgot I wanted this up. So I wanted to just talk about that this morning. I didn't have nothing deep to talk about, but I did want to talk about that because it's something that I dealt with, and I was taking all of that and holding on to it, and it was causing me to be the person that I definitely did not want to be in my life. It was causing me to allow people to stay in my life that maybe should not have stayed. It was causing me to ruin relationships that could have been the best for me because of things that happened in my past that I hadn't dealt with. And not just childhood, teen, preteen, and even young adult. Even as a young adult, and this video is going to be a little bit longer. It was kind of like vlogging and giving you what, pouring into you as well. A little bit of all of that. But I was led to do it, and like I said, I'm getting to where I just have to be obedient. God has told me to start structuring things out. Get up, be in with me. Be in an intimate relationship with me each morning before you do anything else. So I do that, and then he get content. So I got up this morning. I've tried to find me another editing app. I'm trying to do that. And I was just like, let me just get up and now do whatever I need to do. And God was like, nope, pick up the camera and pick up your phone, pick up your tripod. And I'm like, for what? I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. And he just led me to have that conversation, which it was an uncomfortable conversation, but it needed to be had. And like I told y'all several times, I'm only going to reveal what God has told me to reveal when he tells me to reveal it. So I gave y'all a little piece of my childhood, not a lot, but a little bit. And like I said, me and my mom are on a great path right now where I love where we're at. And she has shared openly that she's fine with whatever I share on my page, and on my channel. She's content with it because we are in a better space. And through my journey, let me come over here. Through my journey of me just growing and watching my mom do what she needs to do to better her relationship with not just me but my children. And it's a struggle. We still have moments, like we're human. She's human, I'm human. So everybody has moments where one minute they were one way and another minute they go backwards, because we're human beings, right? So we have those moments where it's good, and then we have those moments where it's not as good, and we just have to roll with the punches, y'all, when things like that happens, and realize that, okay, at the end of the day, we are all human. We're all human. No one is perfect. So today was a good day. Today was a good day. Tomorrow may not be, or today was a bad day. Tomorrow may be better. And that's what we have to do. We can't hold on to it and be like, oh, they were supposed to change and now they're still the same person. Like, everybody's going to have days where they bounce backwards. It's like, you just have to realize they are human. They're human. And so I just realized also through my journey and what I have went through is that my mom, the things that, like I said, a lot of times, and I said this earlier when I was recording, a lot of times what we give is what we received, right? So a lot of the things that my mom did was just because that's the only tools that she had. And I came to grips with that. I'm like, you know what? When she finally opened up, because it was like, whoa, sorry, y'all. It was like I realized a whole lot. I forgot to put these shoes back up. I'm going to sit them there for now. But I realized a whole lot through my journey of just dealing with stuff. I realized a whole lot about my journey and my mom. And she talked about some things from her childhood. I'm like, wow. So this is why I wasn't able to get what I desired, because she had no tools. And that's something else that we have to remember. Everybody's parents also experienced some type of trauma. Okay, we have to be very, 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 we have to realize that, like, we really do, like, just, they may have wronged us, but they probably was also wronged. And that's just it, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here. But again, like I said, go ahead and like this video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I notice I do have a lot of people that watch my content that are not subscribers, and I do appreciate that. But when you subscribe, we just kind of pushes it out a little bit more. And I really want to be able to pour into as many people as God will allow me to pour into. Y'all have a happy Wednesday. Stay blessed. Stay uplifted. And remember to allow God to direct your path that you go on. Take God's freeway of your life. Take highway. I'm taking highway Camila. You take highway whatever your name is. And even though I don't know this freeway, it's all these turns, and then I have to go up so high and go back down. I hate the freeways like that. It's God's freeway, highway Camila, and I'm on it, and I'm here to see what he has for me in store for me. I'm definitely not going to get on that one that I think looks the best, because it's just a straight path. So get on God's freeway. He will not steer you wrong. The direction, the navigation will be on point. Trust me, it won't be that navigation where they're telling you to make a right at the last minute and you like, oh, now I got to make a whole U-turn. No, you cut on God's navigation and you allow him to lead you. You allow him to lead you and listen and watch for what he does. Walk by faith and not by sight. I love each and every one of you. Stay blessed. Remember, mental health is the best health. And just because you're having a bad day, don't go messing up nobody else's. Stay positive. If you feel like you need to separate yourself from people because your day is going bad, separate so you won't mess up somebody else's. But still, while you're separating yourself, make sure you're getting yourself together to be a better, healthier you. Don't stay separated and just stay dark and bad and sad and mad. No. Separate and pick up your Bible. Separate and listen at some positive affirmations. Separate and do something positive for yourself. Camila loves each and every one of you, babies. I love you.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.